folks, we're here with another Weebaholic podcast. Let's get it. Let's go. Today I have a guest on. A guest, but we're going to be having an interesting debate. Just talk about some points because basically we exchange some different viewpoints on IG. We'll talk about that. Before we get into the episode, you're going to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn your notification bell, notify for all the podcasts and our clips. I should be posting between the podcast we recorded on yesterday, Thursday, and I should be getting that up between now, maybe today and Tuesday or whatever. I don't know when. Go follow our anime Instagram, anime_again show. Go follow my co-host who couldn't make it today at eyes.lens. And go follow our TikTok at anime_again show. And a special guest, introduce yourself, man.
Yes, sir. Hello. I'm Goku's World on IG. Make sure you go follow that. It's my main page, and that's all.
No Twitch, no Discord, nothing, no TikTok.
Nope.
All right. Fair enough. So, basically, I don't know how long we've been following each other, but we I'm gonna say butt heads, but we know we have some different opinions, and it was pretty not heated, but we were both making some interesting and different points. So I was like, instead of us just going back and forth and like not going nowhere, let's monetize to get some views, get with some other people. So we got the debate. So basically, man, he posted that Dragon Ball Z is one of the goats or something. You said goats or
goats obviously is, but it's
so you said it's the goat, right? And I kind of disagree. I think it's the worst long running shonen out there.
You think
so? So let's just get into it. What's your argument? What you gotta say? All that.
So 1 second, let me scroll all the way up, to the conversation. Okay, so one, it's not trash. Okay, let's just get that straight. Okay, at least that's my opinion. Now you go. Now you tell me why you think it was trash. Why you think it's trash?
I think it's very simplistic. I think if Dragon Ball Z was something that came out after Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, after all even Jujutsu Kaisen, I feel like we would look at it like how we look at God of High School. A very good anime that it will have clean animation because it's 2021 now, of course. We would look at it at God of High School. It's very good, senseless fighting, but nothing really deep. And the reason I said that was because the things that make a lot of shows great is when you can have fights that aren't as good as Dragon Ball Z fights, but if your storyline is a lot better, that makes the fights overall better, which makes your show better because you have meaning behind your fights. And another thing that Dragon Ball Z doesn't do is you don't feel the intensity of it because nobody ever dies for real. If they die, they come back.
All right. So let me say this. All right. So one, the reason Dragon Ball is this big because just the timing it came out. When Dragon Ball came out, right now it looks very simplistic, very cliche. But when it came out, there was nothing like it. It's
so are we giving it? We're giving it praise because it just happened to be first.
No. The thing is, the shonen in general, all the Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, all of them animes that came after it, now having a goofy MC, blah blah, all of those, that's just 99% of shonen anime have it. But when Dragon Ball came out, it was the first to do it. Back then when it came out, it wasn't.
It was first in North America.
It was new. When Dragon Ball came out, it was something new. Dragon Ball was something new. Then it was a new approach to shonen, and it was good. It was good because okay, if it was trash, I don't think it would have this many sales. It wouldn't be the
No. That's not true. That's not true at all. Sales don't equal value. Sales and hype don't equal good. That's two different things. They're marketable. They're marketable because you're right. It was the first big one over here, but you do have to remember that Yu Yu Hakusho was out too. This one just happened to be the bigger one because because Dragon Ball Z is easier to show to kids, and it's easier for kids to be like, look at this, dude. This is a laser beam. But just because you can sell, okay, like I told you, Demon Slayer was the #1 manga in 2019. Does that mean everybody? I mean, based off of it, it's probably get in your top 10. But since it sold the most manga, is it the best anime of all time now in 1 year? So, and I
No,
understand that Dragon Ball Z has a lot
but
of
the
merit,
thing is,
but
the thing is, Demon Slayer is not bad either. That's the thing.
I'm not saying it is bad. That wasn't my argument. My argument is that you
It's not the
that
best of all. Dragon Ball is not the best anime of all. It's obviously not the best anime of all time. I'm just saying that it's not trash. Because if it was trash, like I said, look, it does. Not everyone thinks it's good, but if it was trash, it wouldn't have this many sales. That's 100% for sure. Because Demon Slayer, many people think it's good. That's why
yeah,
it
it
has.
is. It's
That's why
good. Solid.
like some Demon Slayer is not in my top 10, but I still enjoyed it because
Yeah, for
it's
sure. I
many
think
people
if
not
you saw the movie and you see in season 2 goes the way I think it can go, it can crack. It can get in that conversation of lower 10 or maybe top 15 for sure. I think it could if it does what it's supposed to do. Like you're right, and I'm saying Demon Slayer, but I'm saying is that I think it's trash because just like we give the excuse of it's the first. Like I understand it was a different time, so the standard of what shows we take now is a lot different. It's like the standard of what we value in our shows. But if it wasn't the first, it would not be looked at. It would literally be looked at just like God of High School, legit like God of High School, a little longer. It's literally almost a spitting image. Goku maybe as Goku compared to the guy, I forgot the guy High School MC. It's so forgettable.
Boy
But
Junior. I don't
it,
know.
yeah, Goku is probably a little more dynamic and a little like you're gonna know that face, but I just feel like it got lucky that it was at the right point, the right time, and it blew up. It blew up. Like I'm not denying its marketability. You could because the video games are even good. I mean, I like the video games. Like it's a fighting style. Like
The
it's
thing,
gonna do good because it's for kids, for little kids, 11, 12, 14-year-olds. Like,
the thing is, like, yeah, I agree. Dragon Ball came out in a perfect timing, but it blew up because, like I said, there was nothing nowadays. Nowadays, like you said, if it came out now, it wouldn't do as well because there are so many animes just like it. It's
mhm.
like that. That's the norm. That's what shonen is. But when it came
But
out,
you're acknowledging that, like, if it came out now, it wouldn't be looked at the same way it is back then, right?
well, obviously
Okay.
because nowadays everything is like Dragon Ball. Everything is like Dragon Ball. That's
Oh,
the thing.
okay. No,
I
no,
mean,
no, no.
not
It, it,
everything, but most shonen animes, it's like
it, okay, that maybe the MC or the screaming or the will of never giving up, the will of never giving up, this and that. But they take the little like maybe itty bitty small parts. The only thing I can say that
exactly itty
you
bitty
take
small parts.
these small
And
parts, but it takes what they did and does do it way better. I mean, we're talking about shows and you said enemies in this time, but Dragon Ball what came up 80s, right? Early 80s,
80s, yes, sir.
80s, and carried into the 90s, right?
Uh, 90s,
Carried
yeah,
into the 90s, right?
yes, sir.
Okay, so you had Yu Yu Hakusho, you had Cowboy Bebop, you had Evangelion, you had a lot of stuff that was all.
Cowboy Bebop is nothing like Dragon Ball.
I know I'm not. I didn't say none of them animes are something like that, but I'm just saying that these are all animes better than DBZ. Like I said, it just got lucky.
That's
And it,
that's personal opinion, but yeah, should continue.
oh, okay, tell me how Yu Yu Hakusho is not better than Dragon Ball Z because of fighting.
I've never finished Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh, okay.
Stopped in the
Yeah.
dark tournaments. I'm pretty sure that's where I stopped. Yeah, I'm a
Okay. Tell me how Evangelion is how Dragon Ball Z is better than Evangelion.
I dropped Evangelion as well, but I'm gonna definitely pick it up again.
Okay, how's it better than Cowboy? What's the difference between Dragon Ball Z and Cowboy Bebop?
All right, so I'm currently watching Cowboy Bebop, but it's there. What you want to know the differences, or
I mean, there's obviously a big difference. It's a different type of style of show, but what do you think? Why do you think Dragon Ball Z is that much better?
one? Dragon Ball is just more enjoyable. Like I said,
Isn't that personal?
that's a personal
Art.
opinion. That's all subjective. It's subjective.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Ball is more enjoyable to me, I guess. It has it has.
I just think like
No,
let's see if you agree. Let's see if you agree with me. If you didn't watch it as a kid, I feel like, or if you didn't grow up with it, I feel like it's really hard to get into it. Agree? Like if it wasn't one of your first few anime, I don't think it's something you can go back and be like, oh yeah, this is good.
The anime probably because of the pacing, but the manga is nah. It's the manga. Nah, I don't agree. The manga it's easy to pick up in a
I've
second.
not heard anybody talk about Dragon Ball Z manga. I don't hear
Yeah,
anybody. Wow, that it must be pretty good to you then. 'Cause I never heard anybody talk about it.
The manga? What do you mean you have never heard talk?
Like I mean I've heard that they obviously a manga, but like I've never heard nobody say the manga. Like everybody's talking about how great the show. And I'm
The
not saying
manga,
that you're wrong, but I'm just saying
not because, yeah, like I said, everyone's talking about the show because that's what they grew up. But the manga, it's the second most selling manga, bro. Come on now.
that doesn't mean anything. That means nothing to how good you are. That means nothing.
Sales,
Popularity and clout
sales,
don't equal that
sales,
you're good.
sales, they kind of do. I'm not saying
Oh no. That means you kind of know how to market yourself, and that means
no, no, no.
you have a good page.
It just means something that's dog water. It won't have this many sales, dog. That's for sure. And two,
Yo, I got a question. You watch basketball? I'm gonna make it apparent. You watch basketball?
barely, but yeah, I
Okay.
know a thing or two.
Okay. So there's a player, Lakers, Caruso, right? Probably one of the worst players in the league on the team. But because he's a walking meme, but because he has a face that's kind of funny and marketable, he's selling jerseys. Does that mean he's better than Michael Jordan?
No,
All right,
no.
then. Exactly. That's the same thing here. Like just because you're selling more.
But Dragon Ball is not a walking SAO. It's dog. In my opinion, SAO is trash, and it's still very popular because many people.
Because it's marketable too, and it got a lot of traction when it came out.
Yes, but Dragon Ball, it's not popular because people think it's trash. It's popular because people like it.
It's popular because it has nostalgia, because that's people's first anime. If it wasn't their
No,
first,
when
no.
it
If
when
most people like Dragon
when
Ball.
Dragon Ball first came out, I'm pretty sure it was, I don't think it was many people when it first came out. It was popular right when it came out. That's for sure. Okay, because like it's till this day it's relevant because it's many people
because of people in the early 2000s who watched it, and some people in our generation.
it was way more popular before the early 2000s.
I'm not saying never said that it wasn't. I'm just saying that people who watched it, if it's one of your first few anime and you're a young boy, probably a young boy or whatever comes into your life when you're young, it's gonna have a big impression on you. That's proven. It's a theory. Whatever comes in your life when you're younger is gonna have a bigger impression on what you like in the future.
That's the case for many people.
My thing is
That's not the case.
when you're 11 or 12, your standard of what you think is good is very, very low compared to or it should be very low to compare what you are liking at 17, 18, 19 in your 20s. And most people say that it's nostalgia. It was my first anime. It was the gateway of anime, which I'll give you his credit, but we can't. So it's like people. I'm not saying you never made this argument, but people are acting like it's flawless and that we need to put it on this pedestal because it was the first one. I get it was the first one, but we can go back and critique it because people are putting on this pedestal like it's something like it's a masterpiece, and it's not. And it's marketable, and it's marketable. Like I said, it gets a lot of sales because it's marketable, bro. The games, the cosplay, it's been out and replayed over and over for years. Of course, it's gonna sell a lot of money. It's been out since the '80s. I would hope it does.
Yes, but the different.
In probably 20 years, Jujutsu Kaisen might be one of the most popular anime merchandise. Demon Slayer put records in Japan for I think with 4 billion.
People like it. That's why, but because many people like it,
and because it's marketable. But does that mean it's the GOAT or it's one of the best of all time?
No, but it's not trash either. But that's my argument. This Dragon Ball is not trash. I'm not saying it's the best anime. I'm just saying it's not trash because if it
let's
keep using Demon Slayer.
All right, where do you think Dragon Ball Z in your like all time listing?
What?
Like if you could do an all time listing, where would you put it?
An all time list?
Yeah, like or yeah, all time
best or greatest, because best is it's all about the plot, story, characters, and all of that.
No, all time list means it's the greatest. Like these are the goats.
I don't greatest and best are not
greatest and best are synonyms.
Great. See, greatest is like let me use rap as an example, okay?
Okay.
Many people think so, let me use what's his name? What's Tupac and Juice WRLD, okay? Some people might think Juice WRLD is better than Tupac. They
And you
like
know
his,
what? They're insane.
but who's obviously greater? No, no. Let me use Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson. Who's obviously greater, Michael Jackson or Juice WRLD? It's
Michael
obvious.
Jackson, it's not really a question.
Exactly, but to some people, Juice WRLD is better than he's better than Michael Jackson. It's obvious who's greater, Elvis Presley or Juice WRLD. Some people might think Juice WRLD is better, but who's obviously greater, Elvis Presley.
That
That's,
doesn't.
that's the same with Dragon Ball.
If you're greater, that means you're
It's
better
by
than.
achievements.
No, but that doesn't make sense because if you're greater than something, that means you're better than. Greater, better than, more than. It's all the same thing. If you're greater than somebody, you're better than them. You're more than them. That's so.
Greater. I use
Greater
greater.
and more, greater and better are
But
synonyms.
what you achieved, okay? Like it's obvious. Dragon Ball is obviously the most successful anime besides Pokemon. Besides Pokemon,
I would
that's
agree, but that
it's obviously greater than. It's easily you can make an argument that it's the greatest. It's the greatest, but not the best. But not. It's obviously not the best.
mm.
But you can easily make an argument as to why it's the
Okay,
greatest.
okay, I have a question. I just want to ask you. I kind of see what you're saying, but okay, if it came out in let's say 2021, 2020, would we still look at it in the same way?
If it came out in during this time,
Yeah.
let's say this. This is one thing. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
If it came out at this time, it would be like all of these other animes, right?
Yeah, it'll probably be like I said, God of High School with some Juice WRLD.
But
I mean, not
what you don't understand, God of High School, it's a love letter to Dragon Ball. It's just it's just a straight off inspo to Dragon Ball.
yeah.
Naruto.
Oh no,
Very
no, no!
inspired by Dragon Ball.
Naruto has small
Naruto,
things, but
if Dragon Ball didn't if
Naruto's
Dragon
plot,
Ball didn't
Naruto's
come
plot
out,
is
look,
way better and different than
now
Dragon.
look, if Dragon Ball didn't come out, I don't think these new animes will be
I don't
completely
believe that. I don't believe that. I think it would be a little different, but
because
anime was going to get over here eventually. It was going to happen. That's just how the world.
I'm not saying it wasn't gonna happen, but I'm just saying that all of these animes will be completely different.
Yes,
Like Dragon Ball is the blueprint of shonen. That's the blueprint of how shonen is supposed to be. Like an arrogant or whatever side character, and then a goofy main character that eats a lot. That's obviously the blueprint of shonen anime. If it didn't exist, then all of the animes, like
this is what I think.
all of these, they would be completely different.
I think. Well, all right,
100% different.
I'll let you finish.
That's for sure.
All right.
That's because all the animes before Dragon Ball, they're way different than the animes now. They're completely different than all of these animes now. Shonen was nothing like this now. Shonen was not like how Shonen is currently, with all
Okay,
these
so if we actually sit
all
down,
these transformations, all of this, because all of this was because inspired by Dragon Ball. It's like I said, it's the blueprint of how Shonen should be.
so that makes it good, right?
That makes it not trash.
But does it make it good? Because you said it was good. That's your argument. You said it's good.
That's all subjective. If you think it's good or not, it's
I'm
subjective.
talking about what you said. You said it's good.
I think it's good. I obviously think it's good. Yeah.
So you're saying it's good because it lucked up to be number one, right?
Because what?
You're saying it's good because it established a foundation, but all these other shows took small. Well, I honestly I think probably Naruto and Bleach are the biggest ones that took small. I think One Piece is a different.
Man, Luffy is like he's a clone of Goku. But continue talking.
I think his character is way deeper than Goku, but
yeah, obvious. That's obvious. He's way complex, way deeper than Goku, but he's still straight rip off of Goku. But continue. Not rip off, but like it was very similar. Continue.
Okay, so I'm saying you say since Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball whatever is the blueprint that makes it and because it's popular and because a lot of people it's popular because like I said it's popular. It's marketable. It's marketable. That's like I said again. Y'all have how many video games of Dragon Ball are out? How many different movies that came out, of course it's gonna sell, bro. Like if it wasn't the number one all time, it would be an embarrassment. Of course, it's been out.
No,
It's been
dog,
out
have
since
you
the
ever
80s.
heard of Fist of the North Star? All of these animes, they're not as popular as Dragon Ball for a reason.
Bro, it's a fight style anime that's gonna appeal to little kids.
Fist of
It's a
Fist of the
fighting
North
style,
Star, it's
yes.
literally full of. I watched that. I also watched that as a kid. It's full of fights. It's bloody as hell, but it's full of fights. It's not as big as. I wonder why it's not as big as Dragon Ball. It came
Because in
out.
America, they because America one, it's a lot of fights, but it isn't something where it's gruesome. It's something you can put on and on a morning show and be like, let's watch this, or you can put it on Cartoon Network. And a lot of kids are gonna sit down and have small attention spans, so they're gonna sit down and watch it. And it's
No,
colorful.
shonen is for teens. Okay, teenage boys, young teenage boys.
Yeah,
And Dragon
that's
Ball
the
is
demographic. Yeah, that's the demographic, but more than teenage boys watch it.
exactly, and it's they liked it, which is why they buy their merchandise, they buy their games, they watch the
But you
show.
can't lie that nostalgia has a huge part on how it became so much popular though.
If people didn't like it, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be as
Because
popular.
it has nostalgia. A lot of people when they look back on it, they're like, "Yo, it wasn't that good."
Nah, but the thing is, Dragon Ball is not just nostalgia for a
It
lot of.
is. Yeah. Okay. If you're watching stuff, okay. Remember the cartoons, or not even cartoons. This is bad because it's different. But you always remember. You have a soft spot for what you grew up on. Facts,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You have a soft spot for waking up 8:30 in the morning, watching whatever cartoon, and you might not be able to go back and watch it now because it's corny now. But you're gonna be like, dang, like that was
I,
pretty good. But Dragon Ball does that. But remember, it's anime, so they're making merchandise. You said so. A lot of people have that nostalgia and be like, man, that's what got me into all these
how
type of
about
anime.
this?
So people feel blessed and honored because if they felt like it wasn't for that, they wouldn't get into anime. So that's why a lot of people proclaim it as the
I let me,
go.
let me say this. How about the people back in 1989 when Dragon Ball Z first came out? It was not nostalgic to them whatsoever.
But we're not those people though. I'm
We're
talking
not
about me and you, me and you. I'm talking about me and you.
me, I know to us, for me, I like Dragon Ball because one, it's nostalgic, obviously, but take
There's,
off nostalgia. I'm biased. I'm gonna say I'm biased. That's 100% for sure. But Dragon Ball, it's still good without all of that nostalgia. It might not be the best, but it's still not trash. It's still not bad. And let me say something. Let me say something. You're saying it's this popular. It's this because of the nostalgia. But how about the people back in 1989, the 1990s? It
bro, it
wasn't
was
nostalgic
for a
for
lot of
them
people that in the 80s and 90s in Northern America, it was probably, well, one, it was a lot harder to access anime because we didn't have,
like I said, how about people back in 1989,
I'm
1990?
literally
When
answering
it
your
first
question,
came out,
bro.
it
I'm
was
answering your
not
question.
nostalgic to them whatsoever,
I'm
but they
answering.
still liked it, which is why Dragon Ball is not just popular now, it's been popular for a fat minute, bro. It's been
But that's
relevant.
why it sells so much merch. It's been popular, right?
What?
It's been so much popular. That's why it sells a lot of merch, right? It's popular.
It's
It's been around since 81.
since Dragon Ball Z came out in 1989, and then
Oh, okay, I thought I said 81. Okay, my bad. 89. That's a long time. That's older than
that's a
some.
long time. Yes.
That's like what 30, what 4, 33, something like that. Okay, so my thing was what I was about to say to just answer your question. 1989 was or 89 was a whole different time in the world. We didn't have Hulu. We didn't have Netflix. We didn't have streaming websites. We didn't have Twitter. We didn't have Instagram. All the stuff we have now to be accessible to get to different animes and anime genres. So when Dragon Ball probably first came out for a lot of people in Northern America that were probably in their teens, maybe early 20s, I don't even know the people who are that old to be like they watched in their 20s, but just say they were
Mhm.
people who are at that time. Of course, you're gonna still with them. The nostalgia is still gonna be there, even though they're not little kids. That your first anime, no matter what age you are, is gonna hold weight with you than anything else. Anything. Like it was probably the first type of, and a lot of people probably looked at it as cartoons because that was probably their first time getting anime over here. And anything that's animated, people already have the assumption, oh, it's a cartoon, and it's not really that vulgar. It's not that it doesn't really feel that
It was
golf
something
type of
different
thing.
from
It's very
Dragon
kid like. So you always have nostalgia for your first anime, no matter what age you are. But especially when you're a
Dragon Ball,
little kid,
Came
growing
out
up, the
in
nostalgia is gonna be
America.
way different.
When Dragon Ball came out in North America, people liked it because it was something different from all of these, all of these things, all of these American cartoons, and
Hmm.
they liked it. They liked it, which is why they watched it. Okay.
Hmm.
If it was something completely different, that it came here and they didn't like it, it would 100% be not this popular, but they liked Dragon Ball, which
But
is
the
why.
thing, all right, no, all right, keep going.
But no, but what Dragon Ball is not only popular in North America over here.
Yeah, of course
Go
not. Of course not. It's a worldwide thing. It branched out, and guess what? It also went worldwide when it came out over here. I sure as hell believe that it went to every other place in the world.
I know it did, but it was also popular when it first came out in Japan. So you're using the nostalgic thingy, but it's not. But like I said, when it first came out, there was zero nostalgia to the people that were watching it when it first came out,
But
and
there's definitely nostalgia to your first anime, though. There is when you go through after you probably watch your first anime, you go and try to go find different ones. But that first anime for a long time will always feel like that your baby. You always feel like the goat to you because that was your first one. No matter what age of this, I'm bringing that up to any ages. Whatever you first see is gonna be like that first thing, like whatever you first that first anime. And my thing is, I'm saying it was popular. Like I said, it was popular because of like how you said it was something different. But I'm saying compared to what we have now and how much it evolved, it's really overrated and not that good. A lot of people took it's
it's
okay to
different
all I'm
times.
saying was it did its job. It made anime cool, it made anime popular, even though I feel like anime was gonna get over here anyway. Astro Boy, Yu Yu, like all this other stuff that we had.
It didn't only make anime popular. It like like I said, it's literally the blueprint of shonen anime. All of these animes, it's the shonen genre. It was changed because of Dragon Ball. It brought a new perspective to shonen anime,
Mhm.
which is why all of like I said, if Dragon Ball didn't exist in these shonen animes, anime will still be in America. That's 100% for sure. It will still be popular and all of that, but it
Mhm.
wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't be the same
Mhm.
like these animes. Naruto, One Piece, but all of these animes that were inspired by it would not be the exact same. Okay, and when it first came out in Japan, the let me say this again: the nostalgia. When nostalgia was not connected to Dragon Ball when it first came out.
Nostalgia when you go. Okay, what was your first anime?
I watched multiple animes as a kid.
What,
Dragon
what
Ball
was
was
what was your first one that you remember?
the first one that I remember.
Mhm.
It was probably Beyblade, probably that one, yeah.
All right, you probably not going to go back and whatever age you are now, you're probably not going to go back and watch Blade now, but you're always going to have a deep connection and be thankful for Blade for introducing you to anime, which made you go back. So of course, so you can be 15, 16 starting at 15 or 20 starting something. But once you go watch an anime, most people go and find out stuff. So you're gonna look back and be like, maybe you could be 40 and you can start Dragon Ball at 20, but be at 40 and still have nostalgia. Be like, man, I remember when I first came out, I was watching this, and you can still have love and have remembrance. Because that's what nostalgia is: having love and remembrance to what happened in the past. So nostalgia, my argument for nostalgia goes for everybody, not just kids, but as kids especially, because that's what also influence a lot of stuff. A lot of the kids help push
But
that up. The ratings too. Come on.
but
Because
Dragon
you
Ball,
said no, because you said the demographic is for teenage boys, all right?
exactly,
Young to 11 to like 20. That's the demographic. So a lot of them who are less
20 is
than
not
20,
teenage, but yes, continue.
not okay. The thing says I looked it up. It said 11 to 24. 24 is obviously not teenager, but you know what I mean. And
Mhm.
basically, I'm saying is if you have an 11-year-old boy that watched it, and then maybe let's say a lot of Dragon Ball fans don't get into other stuff. A lot of them, some of y'all do, some of y'all don't, or whatever. But a lot of them just stick. Well, they become people who collect. They become people who meet other people. Of course, it's like I said, the nostalgia doesn't have an age. Nostalgia does not have age. No, it doesn't. But I'm
Uh-huh.
saying as kids now, like in Northern America, that are in their 20s and 30s, that was their first anime. So and they were young, so they're pushing it off, and their kids, and now their kids. So it grew like a virus, literally.
Oh my God! But you're
Now,
connecting
so are you telling me
Dragon Ball.
nostalgia only happens when you're young? That's what you're telling me.
No, what you're saying is that Dragon Ball is this popular because of nostalgia. Okay, you're saying this because
I'm
like
not. No, I'm not saying. I did agree with you that it's different and it laid out some blueprint. I said that. I agree
nos-
with you.
no,
I
I'm
agree.
saying nostalgia definitely has, it's this popular because not only because of nostalgia, but nostalgia definitely plays a role. I can say the same for Naruto, One Piece. I can say the same for all of these animes. I can say the same for all of these.
I can't say that for one people. A lot of people who get into it lately, and I think the storyline carries it more than anything. Honestly. But
But that's all subjective though. I can
what do you mean? It's probably the best world building anime. Most people rate the best world build. One of the
that's
best. One of the.
again that's also subjective.
Okay. Do you think it's one of the best world building animes?
I haven't watched One Piece yet.
Like,
I haven't watched One
all
Piece.
right, all right. Keep going. Keep going.
It's all subjective, but like I said, nostalgia. I can say the same for all of these old animes. I
That
can,
I would agree with you.
but yes, that still does not discredit them. That still does not mean they're trash.
Mm.
They're good because if you're 20, if you're
Okay,
20,
I have a question. Is
listen,
Pokemon has a lot of Pokemon fans have nostalgia? Is Pokemon necessarily that good?
because is
No,
Pokemon that good?
not the. Okay, a lot of people have a nostalgia for Pokemon. Most do. Do you like Pokemon? Do you think Pokemon's good? Or come on, let's be
I
honest.
haven't watched Pokemon in a long time. I don't think it's bad. I'm not saying it's. I don't think
It's
it's
not that good. I mean, the OG was pretty cool. Whatever the intro was lit, but like, let's be real. All right,
but
but keep going to
the
your make your
difference,
point. Make your point.
Pokemon was targeted for kids, and I don't know about you, but I'm a teenager. Okay, so if so, Pokemon is not even directed at me. It doesn't matter if I like it or if I don't like it, because
I was talking about when you were a kid.
it's not directed to me. It's directed to kids. If kids like it, then it did its job. Its job is for kids to like it.
Or Shonen starts for young kids too. 11, it says 11.
Yes, shonen is for a teenager. Okay, so if teenagers like Dragon Ball, then it did its job. If you're 40, you don't like Dragon Ball, it doesn't matter, because one, it's not directed to you whatsoever. That's the thing.
Mm.
It did it, and Dragon Ball did its job. Teenagers, they liked Dragon Ball, and even and like you said, nostalgia definitely carries when
Oh, I
they
just looked it up. Look it
the
up.
older.
Shonen demographics 11 to 18. 11 is not a teenager.
Okay, let's say 11 to 18, 11 to 18, from kids 11 until teenagers. If you're under 10, if you're under 11 and you don't like Dragon Ball, okay, it's okay. If you're over 18 and you don't like Dragon Ball, it's okay. But if you're from 11 to 18 and you like Dragon Ball, which is what happened, which that's what happened.
But you gotta admit,
When
a
Dragon Ball
lot of
first
people.
came out here, it was something different than all of these Batman, Superman, than all of these comics. It was something different. And the kids, the people that watched it, they liked Dragon Ball, which is, if it was trash, I doubt they would have liked. If it was trash, 11 to 18-year-olds, they wouldn't have liked it whatsoever if it was trash. But they thought it was trash. If you're 19 years old and you think Dragon Ball is trash, it's okay. But 11 to 18, they thought it wasn't trash. They thought it was good. And it was. Again, that's also subjective. That's also subjective if you think it's good or not. But they thought it was good, and that's what Dragon Ball is targeted towards. So it did its job.
So
And
it being different also like equal like it being different plus being the first one equal to being good. That's what you're saying, right?
what?
It being different and it being good or whatever, right? That equals it. Like that's what made you think. That's what makes you think it's good, right? Like it's different, it's good,
I think it's good.
and it was first.
No. I think it's good because I enjoyed it. But that's subjective. if you didn't like Dragon Ball, you might think it's
Okay,
bad.
why'd you enjoy them? Why do you enjoy it? Explain why it was good to you.
Why it was a good team? Because it's enjoyable watching grown aliens throw hands with these kids. I thought that was enjoyable.
Okay.
Watching Goku versus Vegeta, watching all of these, like, oh, one sec. Let me answer your question that you said there isn't any, like, you know, the fights don't have weight in it. I highly disagree with that one.
Your fight don't okay. So especially, I mean, by is why, and if and it's shown it, they're not gonna die or whatever, obviously. So I'm just saying, like, when you build it up to where that you think they're gonna die, and the pacing, you can't lie, the pacing was pretty shit.
Dog water the tape.
Yeah. So I'm just saying that.
Look,
I mean, it doesn't have any stakes. It's like, even like, if I'm a first watcher, you've seen Goku like not die repeatedly. Like, he's died, got the ball or whatever, came back, right, multiple times, right?
but let me say this. I highly disagree with that because one con of Dragon Ball is the deaths. I 100% agree. They don't have any weight that when they die, blah blah blah, they just get revived and all of that. And two, Goku only died how much? In Dragon Ball Z when he sacrificed himself against Cell and when Raditz killed him. The heart disease, that was future Goku. It wasn't even the main Goku. And in Dragon Ball Super, when Zamasu killed him and took his body, that was also future Goku. And when Hit killed him, he didn't even kill him. Okay, he stopped his heart and Goku revived himself with the Ki Blast. So that doesn't even count. But in the fights, they 100% have weight. Like the fight Gohan against Cell, Goku against Majin Vegeta, all of those fights.
Okay. Well, wait, as I mean, it obviously they're married to the storyline where, like, they do matter. I'm just saying where you don't feel like dang, like, he can really lose, and like, if he dies, he doesn't come back. You don't feel that like, you feel the adrenaline probably because you like fight scenes and like a lot of people like the explosions, all that good stuff. But I was saying the weight of, like, bro, he could die and like it could be over. He's not coming back. You don't feel that. Agree? Disagree?
I kind of agree and I kind of don't, because like they cannot get revived, an infinite amount of times. But sometimes.
Hello? What's up? It just failed? Hello?
There's.
Yo, my bad, bro. It might be my Wi-Fi. You just cut out.
Now, how about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know if you were talking over it was me, but it just cut out. It's all right. I'll edit it. But yeah. I do. I think I'm at my closing statement. I do appreciate like you coming on. It was pretty entertaining. And you do make some good points about how, like, if it is popular, so that must mean it has some good appeal to it. That's a good point. And it's all subjective, like we said. So, like, you can make your closing points or whatever, bro.
All right, so I kind of agree with some of your points as well. That it's all nostalgia. It's all subjective. I kind of agree, and at the end of the day, we all have our separate opinions. So it is what it is.
Of course, we're all anime weebs, bro. It's all we love.
Yeah, that's facts.
But I'm gonna wrap it on up, bro. You can plug your Instagram again for the people. I had that up there when I heard it.
It's right here, Goku's World.
Your meme page, right?
That's my Instagram meme page. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow that. Dude, he be posting some funny stuff, man. I kind of be cracking.
Yes, sir.
But thanks again, bro, for coming on. Now go like, comment, subscribe, turn notification button on for all the podcasts. Go follow Instagram @Again Show. Go follow my codes @eyes.lens. We are out, bro. Peace.
All right.